welcome to Grandma's Easy Cooking. Today we are going to make a couple of lasagnas. So we're going to start with some foil pans. I've already browned up some sausage, sweet sausage, and some ground turkey. I did mix them together so that we could have a little variety. I have everything set out that we're going to be needing today. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I actually started this cooking channel because my husband and I together have 5 kids, and those 5 kids have 5 beautiful grandbabies. So I wanted to see about helping everyone out there. So with this meal prep, we're only going to do today 2, but you could do as many as you want. This is ricotta cheese. I am just going to put it in here and break it up some. To that, I am going to be adding some cottage cheese. You can use any kind that you want, large curd, small curd. If you want whole milk, go ahead and use that. Mine is about half full, so it's about 1 cup. And I am just going to mix these 2 together. Make sure we get all of that out of there. Normally when I work, I have a little trash bag that I keep everything in. Today's a little different, so I'm just gonna mix this together. We're not looking for perfection. I'm just trying to get it so that when we scoop it out, we get a little of both flavors. All right, so I'm gonna set that aside for a minute. Oh, I'm gonna grab a spoon for our meat. Now first, I am just gonna take some avocado spray, really easy, and I'm gonna spray down my pan so I don't get a lot of sticking. I'm gonna go ahead and set that aside. Next, in our big bowl here, we're gonna go ahead, I just use any spaghetti sauce. So today we're using fresh mushroom and roasted garlic and herb. So we are just gonna open those up, pour them in. Now normally I would take a little bit of water and mix that in and get it all out. For today. Next, I'm going to add some zesty Italian seasoning. Now, if you notice, I just used the Kroger brand. You can use any brand that you would like. So, we are just going to sprinkle this in. Also, I did add about a tablespoon of garlic to the meat, just to give it a little extra flavor. I'm going to stir this in here. All right, so we are going to start, we're going to line our pans with a nice big scoopful of sauce. Use my spoon. We're going to spread this out and do the same in the other one. Now you can see why you could do 2, you could do 4. It's just whatever you're comfortable with. I actually have 2 different kinds of oven-ready lasagna. You want to make sure it's oven-ready because we're not cooking it in advance. So, just going to set these down here. So in this pan, we are going to go ahead and set down the broken one. We can fit 3 in here nicely. In this pan, we are going to go ahead and just set 3 down also. Oops, I'm going to change the way I'm setting them so they fit in there much nicer. Okay, we're going to set those aside. Let me just grab a napkin from over here. And on top of this, we are just going to spread out some of our meat. Again, this is sweet sausage and ground turkey. If you have a favorite, go ahead and use that. If you want to try something different, feel free to use it this way. If you want to go without meat and make it with a vegetable, you could add some sliced zucchinis, some spinach, do all kinds of things. Just gonna kind of get this in here. I think I should have grabbed a bigger spoon. All right, so that's pretty good. Now to that, you don't have to be really neat with this. I just take and add a drop, and a drop, and a drop, and a drop. Maybe a small more drop. So we're going to do the same on this side. Probably about 6 drops. Kind of spread it out to what you think your portions will be. So on top of this, I am actually going to add another set of noodles. Over here, we're going to use the smaller flat ones. And now I'm going to go ahead and add some sauce. Now, if you notice, I kind of skipped adding sauce on that last one. And that's because as this sits, the sauce is going to go down some. So I'm just going to use my spoon and spread that out. Maybe one more spoon. Make sure we've covered our noodles. Looks perfect. And again, we're going to go back to adding some meat. So this is one of our family's favorite recipes. It's easy. I'm going to show you with this meal prep, we're going to wrap it up, freeze it, and then that way we'll be ready to cook it any night we come home from work. If one of us gets home before the other one, I always put the directions on top. That way, whoever gets home first can start the meal. Now, if you notice me looking around, I keep hearing noises, and that's because it's an extremely windy day outside. All right, I would say that's plenty of meat. I'm gonna go back to our mixture here. This was just ricotta cheese and some cottage cheese. Now, if you were to cook this when we are done, you'd cook it for about 50 minutes on 375, and then take the top off and cook it for another 10 minutes. I'm going to be freezing them though, so when we cook them, we're actually going to cook them for about 90 minutes. We're going to take the top off and cook it for another 10 or so minutes. We just want it to brown up a little bit. Whoops. Grab some more of these ones. So you will see this is the easiest way to make lasagna. So we are going to sprinkle on the rest of our cheese, the rest of our meat. Here we go. rest of my cheese in here. And again, we don't have to worry about being perfect. Just getting it in here, it will all get ooey and gooey in the oven. All right. So we are gonna finish off our sauce. Want to make sure I have enough for the other side. Perfect. Now I am going to spread that just a little bit. It's okay if it mixes with the cheese. Just want to make sure that we are all covered here. Perfect. That is the nice thing about the lasagna. It's a very forgiving dish. It does not have to look perfect. Now on top of this, I am just going to sprinkle. Again, I got the Kroger brand, but you can get any brand that you choose. Some mozzarella cheese. About a cup on each, maybe a little less. Just depends on how much cheese you like. If you're in my family, you like a lot of cheese. If you want, go ahead and add a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Now this one I don't add as much. People can also add this at the end, so they could add it to their own taste if you want. And that's perfect. So now you are ready. All you have to do is cover it up. I generally use the Reynolds wrap. I like the heavy duty, but they didn't have it. So just big enough to cover it. You could use 2 sheets if you wanted. You could even put saran wrap underneath if you want. You just want to make sure that you remember before you bake it to remove that saran wrap. All right, now let's do our second one. And these are now ready to go in the freezer until we are ready to cook them. One last thing, you can either write on the Reynolds wrap if you'd like, or I just wrote on a sticky note what my directions were. So it's lasagna, bake at 375 if frozen, 80 minutes covered, 10 minutes uncovered if it's thawed, 40 or so minutes covered, and another 10 minutes uncovered. So that's you just kind of want to watch it. I'm going to put it on the top here, and I'm going to take these out to our freezer in just a moment. Next, we would probably just serve this with some type of garlic bread. We want to get some veggies in there, so I am going to just serve it usually with a salad. I've already washed my salad, taken the core out. This is a really neat trick. Something different. We're going to flip it over this way. We're going to cut it into quarters. Now, this is the perfect size salad for me. So on this, I am going to add some ranch dressing. There we go. I am going to add some balsamic glaze. If you haven't ever tried this, it's amazing. You don't want too much, but it's really pretty awesome. To that, I just have some blue cheese crumbles. Again, I just have the Kroger brand, whatever brand you prefer. Now, I generally don't like blue cheese salad dressing, but this salad is actually amazing. So we're just going to top some off with some blue cheese crumbles. And last, we're going to add a few cherry tomatoes. Now, I am kind of weird. I don't like to eat them whole. So I am just going to top it off with some that are cut in half. And voila, that is perfect. So it turns out to be a very nice looking salad. It's a little different from your regular salad, and it actually has a lot of taste. So thank you so much for joining today. I hope you found our show today to be insightful and helpful. And again, if you have any comments, please leave them below. Remember to like and subscribe to our channel. We're going to have lots of new things coming soon. Thank you so much.